Hello and welcome to episode 45 of Minecraft Ultra Hardcore. Ladies and gentlemen, today I have some very good news. If you remember, the reason that we didn't, finish this guy up here, holy cow, that's thick. I thought that would be a lot thinner. The reason that we didn't do that last episode was because we had a little mishap and lost all of our redstone. What redstone, you may ask? Well, I love rails. I'm gonna reiterate this again. Sorry, I did it like last episode already. I love rails. I want to be able to take a rail and have it go down this way, and then where is it? Just turn left if I wanted to turn left. But I want to take that same rail and say I don't want to turn left. I want to go straight. Maybe then I just want to go straight. And so rails can't normally do that. So I have to come up with some way that I can get redstone to do that. And unfortunately, all the progress that I had been working on got lost. I don't know where it went, I mean. But anyways, the reason that we weren't able to build the upper part of my nether hub that I've been working on is because there needs to be redstone below the tracks, and because of that, I want to be able to make sure that wherever I build the hub is close enough to the bedrock, but also far enough so that like it can support the redstone, which is why I did it. In between episodes, I finally went ahead and I think it's done. I think it works. I think it's fine. Let's go take a look at it. So we'll start our journey right here. If you remember the way that, we had the tracks running, I believe this part right here is about as similar as it was before. Frankly, I don't even remember what we had on the old design. I completely forgot and I was too lazy to check back on like old videos. So I just kind of like rebuilt it from scratch and by memory best I could. Anyways, if you see here, not only have I gotten this bit working again, but it actually performs better than the last time. There's no silly like bouncing over here and turning around. No. I realized that I can just use string at like the player height level so then it can just detect if there's a player in the minecart or not, instead of always sending them to the one direction and then flipping me around to go where I want to go. Now it can actually detect if there's a player in the minecart. Now unfortunately there will have to this will create a little bit of a problem if I want to have like the wall on this side right here. You're going to see the observer, you're going to see the observer and you're going to see the string. It's going to be there, unfortunately, but as far as I'm aware, this is the best way to get around that. And then, just to demonstrate, this also works going in the north-south or the other cardinal directions. Okay, that was a bad example. Trying again, just gonna show this does also work going in the other directions. The only difference is that there's either a redstone torch there or there isn't, and it's directional. So moving on, next instance is the rail switcher, the thing that flips back and forth. I forgot how I did on last one, so I just kind of freestyled. And I came up with a method that is much more compact. As you can see, it fits in this rectangle right here, which means this is the perfect gap. I'll explain why later. It is so perfect for my use case. I'm so glad I kind of redid it and did it from here. Anyways, you'll notice some note blocks. All this redstone is powered by a sculk sensor. This could lead to problems, but it's really, I spent so long trying to figure this out, and that's like the best block that I could find to do exactly what I wanted to do. All of these timings in here are literally like 1 to 2 ticks specific. If it doesn't go off within that short of a time frame, it doesn't work. So the constraints I had right here were so bad. But anyways, if we do the math right here, or not the math, if we demonstrate, we'll call this the white line because it has white wool. Say I want to travel in this direction, I can just hop in the minecart and it will normally travel me down that. What the heck? Say I want to travel down in that direction, I can just hop in the minecart and it will send me down in that direction. Are you kidding me? I really did not prep this area before I did the demonstrations. Anyways, now, if I were to take this minecart, you can clearly see it's just going to send me back in the exact same direction that I went. However, I can press this button and it will flip that minecart. You can see it hasn't done it right now, but if I click the lever, it'll switch it right when we get to it. Perfect timing, just so perfect that I can flip off to the other end. The way it did that was by reading what was in this minecart with the chest, meaning you can have many intersections controlled just by whatever you have in your minecart. So we'll run an example. Before I do that, I'm going to check to make sure I don't have any stray minecarts lying on. All right, cool. So let's say I want to get from here and flip the red line to go over to the other side, just like I did in the last example. We can load red wool into it, click the button, and it will send me down the red line. Now, let's say I wanted to get to, alright, if I took this normally, it would send me over there. If I just flipped red, it'll send me all the way down to there. As you can see, it'll just send me over. Let's say I wanted to go down this direction. That will be one flip of the red and one flip of the green. And this will send me down exactly where we want to go. Perfect. And basically the same thing works for all other directions and then back in the same direction. So let's go over to this line over here, this guy right here. And then let me just read the rails real quick. And then we can just travel right back the way we came back to the front with, you know, a select set of encoding. It'll just get us exactly where we want every time. And we can travel. These will flip whatever direction we tell them to. Perfectly reliable every time. And this is it. This is what we wanted. Now, this right here is a demonstration of how closely you can get these intersections. Because of the redesign, I was able to make it a whole lot more compact, you know, using the various methods I put in there, which allowed us to put them very close. So if we come over here to a very specific use case scenario that I'd like to show off, if we run down this track, you can see right here, here's a path that goes off that way. Right next to it is a path that goes off this way. Now, you know, this is kind of ugly, but this can just be flipped to the other side. All you'd have to do is mirror this side over here to be over here. It works, trust me, it's possible. So, you know, with that, we can actually fit it into the path that we have, the systems that we have in our nether, all of our tunnels. It'll work, like, flawlessly with what we've got, which is just amazing, and I'm so glad I was able to redo it. So if we come in here, let's just do a little test. Honestly, not sure which direction it'll take me. We'll just flip these two. I don't have the directions memorized, but if we flip those two, it will have a problem. I don't know why this happens. I don't know why it happens. We're so close. Could it be the carpet? Let's test it. Could it be the carpet? So let's send me off. No carpet. Do I get stuck? I get stuck. I don't know why it doesn't work within the tunnels, but it works perfectly fine over here. I literally copied and pasted this exact same thing over here. I don't know what blocks are stopping me, but whatever blocks are stopping me are quite problematic. And this is going to be a problem that will, you know, come up in the future that I don't really feel like dealing with right now. Whatever it is, I'm pretty sure we can figure it out, even if it just means tearing out some blocks in corners or something like that. Other than that though, you know, it works perfectly fine. Like if I wanted to travel down the red line, the red line works perfectly fine. I don't have to turn any corners. It'll send me exactly where I need to go. This system is exactly what I want. And it's so beautiful, and it's so perfect, and it's unfortunately so overcomplicated. I would love Mojang to come through and fix Rails, but you know, you get what you get. And, you know, if you can't decipher what I have going on right now in the video, I'm planning on making a tutorial on how to put all this together at some point. Maybe whenever I come up with a ticket, you know, making system, because whenever I'm running down the minecarts, I don't want to just have to come through and like manually tell it which directions to turn, because it's different every time. It's different in this direction than it is from the way back. So I'd like to come up with a system that will build tickets to send you to the destinations that you select, you know, from just a central terminal. And once I have that done, then I'll make a tutorial. But for now, you just get this, and you should be able to figure it out, right? It doesn't look too complicated, right? Anyways, with that out of the way, I now know that you need 1, 2, 3 blocks of clearance for redstone, and that block right there is where the floor will lay. So that is, where's my pickaxe? And that is where I can put the bottom of the nether hub thing up on top. Which means that right here is where, you know, the center of my nether hub goes. So now that I know exactly where it needs to be, I can start building it. So I am going to go ahead and pray to God that I have enough blackstone to do this, because if I don't, this might not get done in time. And my day counter, that's getting very close to 2,000. That day counter is awful close to 2,000, and I have not started my day 2,000 video, nor do I really have the time to do it right now. So we're going to pray to God that I can get this done as quickly as I can. So I'm gonna go gather the materials, and I will be right back. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I was just coming down here because I needed a single stack more of blackstone, but I found the freaking mother lode. I don't know how long I've had this in here. Oh, that's so good. That's so helpful. Thank you, old me. Alrighty, gamers, if you look right here, we have quite a few items in my inventory. If you check the material list, everything is green. The only thing we were short was like a couple black stained glass, which is really quick and easy to get, and a couple black stone, which I was a little bit worried about having to gather, but I found the freaking mother lode of gold, so I didn't have to AFK any for it. I could just get it. I mean, I AFK'd a tiny bit in the thing that we put up, but I have the black stone. Wonderful and good. So now we are ready to put this all together, and the only thing that I'm a teeny tiny bit worried about is breaking the portal I'm not gonna like, put together any safeguards to get to the overworld. I'm just gonna hope to God that nothing goes wrong and I get stuck here. So without further ado, let's put it together. Hello and welcome back to the above world. I mean, not the above world, above the bedrock world, where we now have exactly what we had down here. If I just go back down, ba-boom, there we go. Same thing right down there. Only difference being, there's no portal, there's just where the hole will be. Now, I'm going to hope to God that that does not blow up a bunch of the floor because I don't want to have to build it back again. But that does lead me into what I think I want to start doing right now, and that is blowing holes in the floor. I need to go look back at it again. I'm going to really hope that there's a way that I can drill down through all of this bedrock here, and there's nothing that really blocks me from doing that because I want these holes to be bored out all the way down. So I'm going to do my best to figure that out. That's not what the heck is this doing over here? Well, I guess we're just gonna have a portal here for now. This didn't like tear out the roof, did it? Tell if it did. Why does it look so... It did! It tore out part of the roof! You stupid portal! I barely moved you! Why didn't you just link back up where you were supposed to? Wait, does this mean that this portal is now gonna go to the overworld, or is this just... or the above nether, or is this just gonna go back to the below nether? Oh! I finally got it linked correctly! Kind of incorrectly and stupid, but it goes back and forth and I don't have to use the boats! You're going to stay here for a little bit. I don't want you there, but you're going to be there. Okay, research done. It looks like this is the setup it has to be in. That's guaranteed going to blow some blocks up, but that's okay. We can put it back. Basically, all I need to do, I'm not going to explain how this works, but I should just flick this lever and then do that. And then, that was very chaotic and it didn't go how I wanted it to, but it looks like it might have worked. It worked! Let's go! Yeah, that was very chaotic and there was a lot going on, but I did exactly what I wanted it to. Okay, so now I just have to repeat that a bunch of times. Okay, gamers, we have successfully done the first layer, and this took a lot longer than I would have hoped it to. I found a new design that is significantly more reliable than the one that I was doing, but I worry that I did not miss a single shot with the more reliable version, but I worry that I won't be able to fit it in here. I think it'll be a little bit complicated, but we're going to do our best. So, I've run out of TNT, unfortunately. I'm going to hope to God that I have more laying around at home that I can use. Okay, gamers, the time has finally come. It's long awaited. We now have a significantly easier route above the bedrock. I mentioned at some point, digging this all out and then having like, slime blocks shoot me up here. I'm still planning on doing that, and I really hope it works. However, I am going to be leaving that as a later problem. Oh, that's a lot of ground I need to travel. Are slime blocks really going to be able to handle that? I don't know. We'll figure it out whenever I decide to design it, which is not right now. Don't feel like doing that right now. Right now, I feel like working on that guy. So that is the plan. We're going to do the usual more work on him. I'm not quite sure how much more I even have left, but we're going to do whatever it is. And then we're going to do some more work right over here. We've been so close to finishing this for so long, but I just haven't worked on it for so long. Hopefully I can get a good progress done, get a good chunk done. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I'll be back. Yo, what's up, gamers? We did a little bit of business, and I'm going to, before I get onto this, I'm going to strike a deal with you, right? Okay, so my deal is I said I would work on this, and then I would work on the trees, right? How about we strike a little bit of a deal, and that is I don't do the trees today, but y'all get the video on time because it is 2 a.m. I have not touched editing for this video yet. It needs to come out at night. Ew, my armor's on again. What I did instead, I put, go in first person, I put in the freaking work on this cactus farm. Now, as far as I'm concerned, we are done with the exterior. Now, granted, we don't have any doors in there, right? We don't have any doors. I'm leaving that for whenever I actually go ahead and like start, you know, making the platforms traversable, because that's also something that needs to be done on the exterior. You still can't get from, you know, like location to location in any way, shape, or form. That's on the to-do list for later, so we're gonna leave it for them. I'm gonna do like I did the slime farm over there and leave this project for another day. It's still like, it is up and it is beautiful, but we're gonna work on it later. So for now, we can finally mark this done. Check this off the list. Cactus farm and beautiful. As of now, there's still a lot more work I want to do with it, but that is safe to save for later. And something that I'm really curious about is how many of these guys we've got. Oh my gosh, we need to put some walls up in here so that these guys stop. It is awful close to a mob switch once I render this guy in. Oh yeah, it's incredible. Anyways, thank you Moffert for subscribing this week, and thanks everyone else for subscribing for days in the past. You guys are amazing, and I'm going to end this off real quick because I'm tired and I need to edit. So with that, I hope you guys had a wonderful previous portion of your day, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.